All righty. Hello, Shannon. How are you today?
I am good, Danielle. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. We chatted a little bit yesterday, and I was excited when I saw your resume because you were from Palm Coast, and I had a position I'm hiring for in Palm Coast. We chatted a little bit about that position, and then we started talking about some other positions, and we noticed that you could be a really good fit for another position in the Daytona Beach area. So I guess we should start with one. Are you okay with a commute from Palm Coast to the Daytona area?
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. And that position would be as an executive assistant, supporting an executive at a law firm. Now, when I say executive at a law firm, I'm not saying like a super high rise, stuffy, everybody wears suits law firm. It is a more casual firm. However, we do need, certain expectations of professionalism. And then, of course, that support for that executive. So, with that being said, why don't you tell me a little bit about your experience and the things that you have done that make you feel that you would be a good assistant for my client?
Well, I actually was an executive assistant for a CFO and the president of a company. It was called Eddie Z's Blinds and Drapery. Um, I loved it. I feel that being a, I like supporting people. I like helping people. I'm one of those people that if I could tell if someone needs something and I'm like, can I help with that? Like hey, how you doing? Is there anything I can do to help you? Because as support staff, I think it's important to be able to see and read, learn to read somebody to be like, okay, what can I help you with? Because they might not even have time to ask. So I think it's
Sure.
important as a support
Yeah.
person to just jump right in and ask if they need help
Yeah,
or assistance
absolutely.
or what I can do.
Anticipating those needs, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me what your style is in the office. So I know that you were office manager as well, which of course you did all of the things, the support things, for the business. So what does it mean to you to be someone's assistant? Like what I know you said about, anticipating the needs and such, but like tell me like what you think duties would be like.
I would think that depending on, that's a good question. Um, the duties would be whatever I'd be asked to do. I would assume that it would be doing emails, support, helping. I don't know what the exact position is, but
Mhm.
I'd be willing to support the whole team. You
Yeah, for sure. Well,
needed.
I totally threw you for a loop on that
You
one
you
because
did
I didn't tell you all the duties. So I
right.
think that you hit the nail on the head. Supporting where you're needed.
Absolutely.
And that's where this position could be a little bit of everything. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth about what that looks like. But supporting the HR team or the HR, like making binders, maybe. It could be ordering stuff from the kitchen. It could be a long list of, support type tasks that could be ever changing. However, knowing what needs to be done is something that really can't be taught. You
True.
can get your list. These are the things that we do.
Hmm.
And then you kind of get into your own groove of what that looks like.
Right.
So, and we had talked about that yesterday when we were originally talking the first position. And that's what made me think that you'd be a really good fit for this position. So tell me next, a little bit about your style. We talked about like that gatekeeping and, what that looks like for your role with the team, like how you would approach a team if you were in this position.
My logic about having a job or being employed or having a career, I when I was an office manager, my motto was let's have a good time. Let's have a good time because you're here more than you are awake at home. So, I think it's you have to be able to have fun and enjoy where you're at because then it's not work. But I also had employees that didn't know how to do that balance. So I would just suggest that, okay, if you can't do that little switch, like, oh, hey, what did and then get right back to what you were doing, then let's focus on getting what your required duties are for today. And then if there's time, I treat everyone with respect. My grandma instilled the golden rule in me to treat people how you want to be treated. And I try to do that always. I'm always respectful. I don't think anyone should ever be belittled or, encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Encouraged. Yeah. And I believe in honesty. That is like one of my biggest things. I am probably the most honest person that you'll ever meet, just because I don't say I'm old. I say I'm seasoned.
Yeah.
I'm too seasoned I don't want someone to lie to me.
Sure.
I would not lie to anybody else just because, again, the golden rule. So
yeah.
I just think that keeping everyone should be happy. And I know not everyone's going to be happy, and no one ever knows what's going on at home. But I think as long as people keep it professional and still kind of be able to joke around if you wanted to, just to have fun.
Yeah.
I think makes your day go by faster and you enjoy what you're doing.
Sure. So I did want to talk to you a little bit about, there was a little gap on your resume from Oklahoma then to Colorado. And so you did share with me when we were talking that you were able to keep your skills very sharp during that time. You don't have it on your resume, but you did have your own business during that time. You went to school, so I want to know a little bit about that. And you were, while doing all of those things, caring for your elderly dad. So first, let's talk about your school. What were you doing for schooling?
I went to Daytona State and I got my certificate. I got certificates in office management and business management and business operations.
Okay, so great. You kept your skills sharp there. And then tell me about your business.
I owned a garage door business with my partner. It's very successful. It's successful, and I'm proud of that. Even though my partner and I decided to go separate ways, I'm proud that see, my cheeks hurt. I'm very proud of it. I built it from the ground up, and I had never owned a business before. So going back to school, once I set my mind on something, I will learn everything I possibly can to make sure it's successful.
Okay, great.
So yeah, it was a garage door installation and repair business that we started from the ground up.
Okay, great. So that was ordering, scheduling. I see bookkeeping. Everything.
Every single thing that's done in the office and outside. I also know how to put a garage door together.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one to put a feather in your cap, right? Yeah. All right. So when are you available to start?
As soon as someone says, come on in.
Okay, great. And we already discussed, pay range and such. Now I will say that the pay range might be a little bit less than what you were making as a business owner. Tell me about that. Like, are you?
I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that just because I'm comfortable with where I'm at right now. I don't like to not be doing something. I don't. Okay. I've been working since I was 13 years old. So I like to be busy. I like to work. I like to feel like I'm contributing to something and being supportive. Like I was a police dispatcher for 5.5 years. I like to be able to help. And that's what I got from that. So
great.
I just like to be busy and keep going.
I understand that. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to chat about. Thank you.